Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the stories we're working on tonight. Finally, an official word from the Department of Justice. Over 26,000 containers have been searched in our territory, and good things are happening in Monbijou. These stories are up next on News Channel 8. Our top story tonight, after nearly 2 days, we finally have an official report on the sweeps that took place earlier in the week on St. Croix involving illegal weapons and DVDs. At least 14 businesses were targeted, with tens and thousands of illegal DVDs being confiscated. Also, some illegal weapons such as gravity knives were confiscated as well. News Channel 8's Wes Small broke this story on Wednesday afternoon, just after the raids were going down. Here's Wes with more.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. Here we are at Sunny Isle in front of Kmart. This is actually where it all started. Federal and local authorities acting together in a joint effort made a raid, a sweep, if you will, that on Wednesday afternoon. You might remember. Well, finally, the official explanation comes down from the Department of Justice. U.S. Attorney Paul Murphy, VI Attorney General Vincent Frazier, FBI agent in charge Louis Frattatelli, U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement, better known as ICE, Roberto Escobar, and of course Novell Francis, who just got nominated last night, actually confirmed as our new police commissioner. All of them about that July 15th initiative, that because of illegally reproduced and distributed DVDs. That's what this is about, DVDs. And it all started here at Kmart. As you know, a lot of people sell bootleg DVDs here. The public complained here, and that was the move put against gas stations and convenience stores from east to west. Places like Nigel's 123, Tide Village gas station, Everybody's gas station, Five Corners, Choice service station, WIR supermarket in Monbijou, just to name a few. Now, if you want to talk about the fines that could be levied, as no one has been arrested yet, to my knowledge, for a profit copyright infringement, that carries a penalty of not more than 5 years or a fine of $250,000 or both. Meanwhile, if you have any information about video piracy and you want to report it, you could do so by calling the FBI at 773-7922 on St. Croix, 777-3363 on St. Thomas, and ICE at 778-6559 on St. Croix, 693-2250 on St. Thomas. ICE can also be reached in Puerto Rico, 787-729-6969. So there you have it, a joint federal and local task force coming down on illegal DVDs, also knives, swords, and the like, as Chief Oakland Benta made that promise several days ago, and it has come through. And rest assured, this operation is not over. They're supposed to be sweeping on other areas through today and the weekend. At Kmart in Sunny Isle, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Well, it's been a long time coming, and now police veteran Novell Francis has been confirmed as our new police commissioner. News Channel 8's Lee Carl files this report from St. Thomas.
Governor John DeYoung's nomination of Novell Francis Jr. as the next police commissioner sailed through the Senate's Committee on Rules and Judiciary, chaired by Senator Thurland, on Thursday night and was forwarded on to the full body for further consideration. Francis opened the hearing by reading a 12-page written statement detailing his accomplishments during a 22-year tenure in the law enforcement. He also took the oath of office as an officer and made a pledge, he said, to the people to be true to that oath. He said, even before I made my public decision, I promised myself that the police work would be my life's work.
Police department is very proud of some of the initiatives regarding our after-school programs and community involvement programs, and I can't take all the credit for it. We have a weed and seed program, again, that service a number of kids after hours in the Grove Place, Lorraine Village, Mutual Homes area. We also have Reynold Jackson, over in WIM, where again there's a number of programs that's done there with Ricky Jackson, Officer Liebert, who's also part of the crime prevention program, where just for the summer, I mean, we take on a number of kids for the summer with different programs that is low cost, where other people, other areas are charging a lot of money for these programs. We have a low cost program where we're able to meet our kids. We have computer labs that has been set up. We have library that's set up in terms of providing after school care. We have a number of our officers in the St. Thomas district as well that have after school programs on their own, that again meeting some of that requirements of providing a safe housing, a safe and wholesome environment for our youths after hours.
Thanks, Lee. And over 26,000 containers have been searched recently, and it's all a part of that joint effort between federal and local authorities to get those deadly guns off our streets. News Channel 8's Wes Small has more.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. And now you might remember a big story that hit the Virgin Islands and also probably national news as well earlier in the week, involving alcohol, tobacco, and firearm agents having problems with local authorities here. Now, a lot of people believe that the ATF have left the territory, and there's been a lot of rumors and speculation on radio talk shows and so forth. Meanwhile, we have seen federal and local authorities working this week together. Now, we've just had a story about the illegal DVDs and some weapons that were confiscated earlier this week. Now we have another press release that was issued also last evening from the Department of Justice and Attorney Paul A. Murphy. Federal law enforcement, they are continuing to address federal crimes in the Virgin Islands involving firearms. You know, for years, a lot of Virgin Islanders have wondered where the weapons are coming from. Well, now we understand that over 2,600 containers, that's right, over 2,600 containers have been looked at in the last 2 months by a joint operation involving federal and local authorities. I have to tell you that Murphy goes on to say that he's had many meetings with former Police Commissioner James McCall and also now newly confirmed Police Commissioner Novell Francis. Also about the fact that Murphy says that U.S. Marshals are still assisting in the investigation and prosecution of some of the firearm cases that were previously handled by ATF. ATF's return to the District of the Virgin Islands is a priority that is being discussed with officials in the nation's capital. This coming from Paul Murphy. Along with U.S. Marshal Service and other federal agencies that continue to investigate federal offenses in which firearms are involved, Murphy also points out that Customs and Border Protection also recently conducted that 2-month interdiction program, that to help prevent the importation of firearms, drugs, and other contraband into containers into our territory. Thusly, that operation concluded with a search of over 2,600 containers. And I also want to tell you that Paul Murphy says, and he quotes, "There are good and faithful police officers in the VIPD, and we are continuing to engage in some joint operations with them." So that's the latest now from the Department of Justice and Attorney Paul Murphy, that at least 2,600 containers have been searched in the last 2 months. I'm Wes Small.
Thanks, Wes. And we have more news for you after the break. Stay with us on News Channel 8.